If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
It's time for the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games at Southern Utah University in Cedar City. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of a Utah sports tradition at utahsummergames.org. Participate in over 50 sports around the state. Then plan to join the opening ceremonies Friday, June 5th, presented by State Bank of Southern Utah. Register today to participate in the 40th anniversary season of the Larry H. Miller Utah Summer Games.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
Shea Watson gets it, lifted high left on Castle to the baseline. Steps back, fires from the wing, an 18-foot jumper, nothing but net. Gilgeous-Alexander rips the corners. He has 30 in game 2. Jarrett gingerly across the timeline, out front to Hartenstein, back to McCain, 3 for 3 straight away, banks it, in and out and back in again. He didn't call glass, it doesn't matter. Ching, that's Thunder money ball number 13. Shea across the timeline draws a double, left wing Wallace, down the lane, Caruso to the rim for finishing touches, baby. AC lays it in with the left hand. Thunder 122, the Spurs 113. We're on the brink of getting this thing even at Paycom Center.
The Western Conference Finals tied at 1 game apiece after the Thunder beat the Spurs 122-113. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander scores 30 to pace OKC. Really good game for Victor Wembanyama, but not spectacular off the charts. Crazy like game 1. And that swing alone, PK, can explain how the Thunder got the win in this one. Although there's other storylines for sure.
Well, I think the rebounding, go look at the discrepancy between game 1 and game 2, the Spurs dominated the boards. Here they were only up 4. And I think that allowed the Thunder to get more possessions. Game a little bit better than they did in game 1.
Turnovers a big deal again. Castle had 11 in the first game, had 9 in this one. The 21-9 disparity there. A lot more shots for the Thunder. You average about 0 points per possession when you're turning it over.
Well, 10 more to be exact.
Three-point shooting was pretty even in this one. It is turning into a little bit of a battle of attrition here. 4 guys leaving the game or not playing at all in the case of Fox, and injured and hasn't played neither of the first 2 games.
Bismarck Biyombo, he didn't play.
Yeah, that's true. Bismack. Not Bismarck.
Bismack, actually.
Bismack. No R.
Well, not for me.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. You can correct me all you want, but I ain't going to change my mind. I'm going to call him Bismarck.
We saw multiple guys leaving the game. Harper left the game. Jalen Williams left the game, only played 7 minutes. Mitchell late seemed to injure his groin, so he ended up playing 28 minutes in this game. We'll see if he's available for game 3. Tonight, though, it's game 2 in the East. Cleveland and New York, 6 o'clock on ESPN. Can the Knicks do it again? NBL rookie teams announced. Ace Bailey on the second team, all rookie. Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, VJ Edgecombe, Dylan Harper, Cedric Coward, the first teamers. Good enough with Ace Bailey? Getting the second team?
If I'm him, man, that's just motivate me. Every single weight I lift, every shot I take, every time I walk in the gym, he better be there because it's 7:05. Ain't no sleeping in. If you want to be a superstar, Kobe Bryant would already be on his second workout. What's he going to be, Ace Bailey? Some dude I ain't never heard of? Joey Coward? What was his name there? And he's making it?
Cedric Coward, but okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, man. They call him Joey. That ought to provide motivation for you. Get in that gym. Get in that weight room.
The Trailblazers new owner, Tom Dundon, Cost-cutting measures, speeding forward. He's let 70 team employees go across multiple departments. Were they fat and happy?
Team
or is he
PR
going to be
director, team reporter.
I found that funny because he's taken all sorts of heat.
Yeah.
But the Jazz owner did the same thing. It just didn't make as much noise.
Yeah, six executives, including one who had been over us.
And the Jazz owner doesn't go on a podcast and say, I didn't understand the business.
Yeah, Tom probably didn't help himself in the OPR department there. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
Yeah, I love Mike T. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity to come in last year and love my experience with him. And, I thought when he said he was stepping away, that was an emotional moment just because we all love him so much and care about him. And, I thought that that was probably it for me in Pittsburgh. But when the decision was made to hire Mike, I started opening my mind back up to coming back.
Could be your last year. Do you even think of that right now?
Yes. This is it, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, one more year. His old Packer coach, Mike McCarthy, is in Pittsburgh, so he'll do one more. And depending on bonuses, pull down $25 million or so. Cleveland Browns coach Todd Monken praising second-year quarterback Shedeur Sanders' progress as Sanders competes to be the team starter. I think Shedeur has come miles in terms of his progressions, getting the ball out, his understanding of concepts. I think he's really, really come a long way. 2 reallys.
I mean, better off his victim here, but I got a story that says right here. Read that. The headline.
Embarrassing. Todd Monken calls out Shedeur Sanders and others after disappointing Browns OTA session.
Which one is it?
Which one is it? Where are we going with this?
We threw interceptions on 7 and 7, for God's sake. I mean, who does that? There's no pass rush. I mean, it's embarrassing.
Regardless of what anybody says, as loaded as the next QB draft is supposed to be, they have a good year of quarterback production. They don't have to draft somebody. They have a mediocre or bad year. They draft somebody.
You just solved their problems. Nice.
There it is. They can tell us whatever they want, but there's going to be a lot of quarterbacks available next year.
There are? You've been studying the quarterback draft?
Raiders coach Clint Kubiak says the top overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, has impressed him and the rest of the team with his performance so far. His work and his tail off. It's very important to him that he asks a lot of great questions when he gets on the field. He's no BS, he's all ball.
Yeah, I love that. I'm putting that on my tombstone.
No BS, all ball?
He was all BS, no ball.
You're going to flip it.
The epitaph grows longer.
Yeah. You just wait.
Take Fernando Mendoza and reverse it.
It's coming sooner than you think. Well, it's got to be past tense because I'd be dead. And I'm telling you, man, I'm gifting the Raiders 45 years later their marketing campaign, Fernando Mania Part 2.
Just saw stats on Fernando, comparing Shohei's numbers to Fernando Mania numbers.
Well, he hasn't played a game yet. He didn't have any numbers.
Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow feeling bullish about the makeup of the team's roster. Proclaimed the 2026 Bengals the most talented roster we've had since I've been here. We got guys that work really hard to put themselves in position to perform well, perform to our standard, and we haven't necessarily done that for a couple of years. So we brought some guys in who've been there and done that and have their own standard of play and are going to live up to that.
Oh, I'm going to put that on my tombstone.
No,
been there, done that.
Been there, done that. All BS, no ball.
That's sort of a takeoff of what your tombstone will read. But
I can't wait to hear this. What do you got?
Well, I can't really say it on the air. I would just plural one of those words.
Oh. Why you got to be like that?
Because it's a work day.
On Saturday, you're not like this?
Oh, no. Much nicer.
Saturday's totally different. DJ and PK.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Just top.
Hashtag college football.
Well, the judge set to preside over the Brendan Sorsby lawsuit seeking an injunction to allow the quarterback to play at Texas Tech has recused himself from the proceeding. Texas 99th Circuit Judge Philip Hayes is a Lubbock, Texas native, and he earned both his undergraduate and his law degrees from Texas Tech. So he's going to step aside and let another judge handle this case.
Well, I don't understand how this works. Why would he get assigned the case in the first place?
An excellent question.
So then there has to be no recusal. Couldn't they figure it out?
It was filed in 99th Circuit Court,
I don't give a crap
which
where
is
it
what
was
he
filed.
presides over.
You know, if only you knew
Then
someone.
do it in 98th Court.
If only you knew someone who worked in the court their entire life, you were close to them, if you had them in your phone and had regular communication, you could ask and have this probably explained to you.
It is just the darndest.
Your sister could lay it all out.
Oh, here come the judge.
LSU's hired former Tiger head coach Ed Orgeron to serve as special assistant to recruiting and defense on Lane Kiffin's staff. Orgeron, of course, led the Tigers to the 2019 National Championship with Joe Burrow going 15-0.
I think that's recruiting and defense. We don't call it defense.
Defense.
Is that a soccer thing?
Defense.
Yeah. Like, you're not... You're
the defensive coordinator. Or the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, right.
I always said defense.
Right, but if it's just defense, if you add the IVE, then it changes it.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see this, Yak? Moa Havili, one of the breakout stars of the all-season, is committed to BYU?
Yes, sir.
And this is, who's Greg Biggins?
Works for On3.com.
On3.com. Quote.
Moa Havili.
He has MAA apostrophe MIMOA.
He goes by Moa.
Well, but in the full name, I want to give our listeners the full thing here. He quotes him. BYU is the dream school for me and the Lord's school. It's family over there. You think BYU is the Lord's school, DJ?
Of course.
You should have been a DB. You backpedal better than anybody I know.
I thought that would crack you up. I thought, of course, would do it.
Have those hands ever gotten dirty in the business?
Yes, they have.
They have? Go ahead. The floor's yours. No, I don't mean when you're ragging on other coworkers and they're ragging on you. I'm talking about in the business.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. The floor's yours.
What do you want?
Explain it.
BYU was pretty mad over what some BYU fans later called Sockgate.
Well, you got dirty?
I believe Scott Gerard and I did. I believe you were right there, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't. I thought it was all Scotty who took the blame.
Nope.
It was you?
Believe the Jazz once put out a comment, no comment, trying to make something I reported look bad, and in the fall, Steve Loom wrote that Kevin O'Connor was in the Carolinas. 6 months of Boulder Jack getting asked at public appearances about that. That was fun.
That's what's awesome about it. He can remember literal examples.
You wanted examples? The floor was mine. There's examples.
And you survived. See? Say, wait a second, the Lord's school? What is that?
Oregon has filed a lawsuit against former defensive back Dakota Fields seeking $10,000 as part of a previous agreement that released him from his contract with the school. He was expected to pay the university $39,882. And if Fields paid the amount discussed on or before April 20, the school would waive the remaining $10,000. He missed the deadline and has refused to pay the $10,000, so there's a lawsuit. More of this. Schools suing players. A lot of money changing hands. There'll be more of this.
I don't know what Oregon's going to do without $10,000.
Right? Setting a standard, holding the line on all the other players.
Hold the line!
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Palacios runs. It's outside. Throw down to second base. Safe. Throw home. Belaid steals home. And the Rays have a 5-3 lead.
First pitch from Vasquez. Ohtani swings and sends it high in the air to deep right center. Merrill back at the wall. It is gone! Shohei Ohtani mauls the first pitch from Randy Vasquez. A leadoff home run. 1-0 Dodgers in a hurry.
Shohei Ohtani. They had to put him back in the lineup, huh, PK? They had to do it right then in San Diego. He hasn't been hitting and pitching on the same day. They decide to give it a shot again, and he takes the first pitch deep, and then he throws 5 shutout innings, gets himself out of a bases-loaded jam, calls it a day, and the Dodgers win 4-0. They take 2 out of 3 from the Padres.
Nothing left for me to say. You covered it.
Could have left him in the dugout. Didn't have to let him hit. Come on. What are you doing? You heard the Rays win again, 21-4 in their last 25. They are flying, a 5-3 win for the Rays as they beat the Orioles. And the Milwaukee Bucks also on fire, 11-2 in their last 13. They sweep the Cubbies, who've now lost 5 straight. Cubbies had a great hot streak of their own, but
I think that's the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Milwaukee Brewers, yes. I don't know what I just said. The Milwaukee Brewers sweep the Cubbies, and the Brewers have won 11 of 13. And the Cubbies, who are flying high, well, as you like to say, it's 162 games. You are who you are, and a lot of these streaks can't be sustained. And the Cubs coming back to earth.
Milwaukee with the 19th highest payroll. Tampa Bay with the 28th out of 30.
Tampa Bay, 28 out of 30, competing against some of the biggest payrolls in baseball over there in the AL East. Are there
competing against all of them?
Are there big payrolls in the Central? The Brewers are at 19. I always view the Central as not having as big a payrolls. Maybe the Cubs do. I don't know. I haven't looked.
The Cubs are 8th.
Yeah. The Pirates.
Detroit's 10th.
Yeah. The Pirates and the Cardinals, the Brewers, I usually think that they're usually pretty modest with the old
Pirates
payrolls.
are 22nd.
That whole division has a winning record.
Cincinnati is 20.
Yeah.
Colorado getting its money's worth. They're 21st. St. Louis, 24th.
So the Cubbies with easily the biggest payroll, and the Brewers actually with the second biggest payroll in the division. Brewers leading the Cardinals and the Cubs by a game and a half, and everybody in that division still has a winning record, almost 50 games in. Bees blown out by Tacoma, 13-1. Game 3 in the series is tonight. First pitch set for 6:35. Tony Park's on the air on 1280 The Zone, calling the games. DJ and PK.
Hashtag golf.
PGA Tour, taking part in the old CJ Cup. Byron Nelson at the TPC Craig Ranch in McKinney, Texas. Tony Finau, Zach Blair, and Patrick Fishburne with the local ties in the field this week. BYU finished 4th in the Athens Regional. They have qualified for the NCAA Golf Championships in Carlsbad. Cougars moving on out of the regional. They advance. Utes did not. BYU baseball did not advance. They got beat in their conference tournament. But the BYU golf team on to the national championships. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NHL.
McNabb gets the puck. He is undercut and goes down. Avalanche get it as a result. Feeds in the middle. Saves the shot pad save. Eichel the rebound. He lofts it toward the goal. Wide. Race for the puck. Down ahead of the pack. No icing. He scores. Nick Dowd turns on the afterburners. Empty net goal. And the Knights lead by 2 with 45 seconds to play.
Vegas beats Colorado 4-2 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Took a 3-zip lead early in the third period and held on to win it. The Eastern Finals start tonight. Montreal's at Carolina, 6 o'clock on TNT for that one. Montreal just knocked out Buffalo. The Sabres gave head coach Lindy Ruff a 2-year extension after their first playoff appearance in 14 years. That was an NHL record for longest playoff drought for a franchise. Slacker Radio, what is trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. David Smoke, host of The Smoke Show on 365 Sports in Waco, Texas, is going to join us. Our spring football tour has taken us to Baylor, coming up at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. And Andy Bailey, NBA writer and analyst for Bleacher Report, is going to join us at 9 o'clock. We'll talk NBA playoffs with him and NBA draft. How would he rank the top players? And Boozer's been 3 in a lot of the mock drafts, but there are people who think he might go a little higher to the Jazz. We'll talk to Andy Bailey about that. Stay with us. DJ and PK, the question of the day is next.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now everything's on sale during our Memorial Day event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses for a limited time. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.